Hey everyone, Eezore here. I'm going to be doing a little bit different setup for the camera. Hopefully it doesn't work out. Scratch that. Hopefully it works out and it's not too bad. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm going to try listening to it and hopefully it's alright. Yeah, didn't really know what else to do for my Saturday video, so I figured one of my buddies, actually technically now 3 of my buddies, have asked me kind of how, not so much I got started on YouTube, but like what I use for the software and like how I get stuff going. One of them actually is going right now. He's done a couple of things, so I'll link his stuff down below. He's really new, he's done a couple of videos so far, so check him out. He's kind of needs the support, but and definitely the feedback, criticisms, all that stuff. I know he's working on something here pretty quick, so look forward to that. But anyway, they were talking about how I just got to be not so much so knowledgeable about YouTube, because obviously I don't know a lot. I just kind of know some of the stuff. I really got into this and I really learned a lot from just a couple of different people. So I figured I'd talk about them today, just kind of help some people out. Yeah, let's get into it, I guess. First off, first one that really was a big help that kind of taught me a lot and is continuing to teach me quite a bit was Daryl Eves. And he's kind of a professional YouTube analyst, sort of, kind of. He basically, like, you can apply to him and you can send all your information to him and he can kind of help you grow your channel. Like, that's what he does, is he works with the algorithm and he just knows all these things. That's his full-time job, is just helping YouTube channels grow exponentially. He's got a whole bunch of different channels under his belt. He's got a whole bunch of stuff going on, and he really seems like he knows what he's doing. I followed his advice on a couple of things and it's made a ton of difference so far, so I'm really looking forward to kind of doing more. I don't want to say there's like 1 or 2 videos of his that really taught me everything, but I'd say there's maybe about like 10 to 15 to 20 that were like, okay, I watched them and then I watched some of the other guys who I'll talk about here in a little bit, and they kind of resonated and they said the same things. So that really kind of was like, okay, that's what I need to do, obviously. So yeah, he was awesome. He's really, really cool. I like him a lot. But yeah, he's really big. Check him out. I'll put his link down below, his YouTube channel, so you can check him out for tips and tricks and stuff like that. So yeah, next up on the list, Tim Schmoyer. Schmoyer? I think that's how you pronounce it. But yeah, he's been really, really good as well. He's actually the first one I found with video creators, and he was the first one that I kind of just learned everything from. And the more and more I watched him, the more and more I realized, okay, yeah, he's really, really knowledgeable, he's really good. He does the same thing as Daryl Eves, but instead of Daryl Eves, who's like a little bit bigger and does like a lot more stuff and has a lot more channels, all Tim really does is he does, like I said, the same thing, grows other YouTube channels, but then he's also got a personal diary with his wife, a family vlog, if you will. And that's it. He doesn't have like a whole bunch of different channels. He's not looking to do this like all day, every day, all the time. And I'm not saying Daryl like that. I don't know if that's what his thing is, but he's a little bit smaller than Daryl. And that's just because, yeah, I think he wants to be. But it doesn't matter. He has the same message. It's very powerful. It's very good. And I really like them both. So check him out. Again, link in the description below. Now the third one is actually a set. They work under the name Video Influencers. Oh, yeah, Video Creators was the other one. Okay, I just want to make sure the names, they're very similar, but the names were the same, that I got them right. So, Video Influencers, they weren't as beneficial. They were like the last ones I found. They were really helpful at first, but then I found Tim Schmoyer, and then he was a lot better. And I found Daryl. I'm like, okay, you know what, these guys really just, they collab sometimes, and they do a whole bunch of stuff together. But yeah, it's really, they're awesome. But they kind of cover a little bit smaller things and a little bit other things. They each have their own respective YouTube channels that they do things and they do whatever, but then they can also combine for the video influencers to kind of help everything. The thing I really like about them, and I really like, that's part of the reason why I'm kind of sort of promoting them, is the fact that they interview smaller YouTubers and say, hey, I see that you're doing this, I see what's going on, you know, how'd you get successful, what are your tips and tricks, like what can you really kind of see and stuff like that, the hustle, as they say, you know, how can you keep hustling, stuff like that. I like them because they interviewed, I want to say she was like 22 or so, a 22-year-old girl, and she just at like 1.8 million subscribers now, and this was about maybe a month ago. All she does for her job, for her life, is set up dominoes, like little tiny dominoes. She makes a little design, she makes a bunch of stuff, and then she'll set it off and she'll like whatever. She goes, yeah, you know, it takes like 80 hours or so to set up, like that was her biggest project ever, was 80 hours, it took her 2 weeks. There was multiple people involved. Well, then she gets hired off by other companies, and she goes, others like Domino's. Actually, just recently I saw a video that they did, a commercial, and they had her in it. And I'm like, oh my God, I know her because of these people. Like, they interviewed her. And it's not like she's super famous or super popular, but she's unique. And that's kind of what I like about them, is that they kind of talk to people who are unique. Like last one they did, I think they were called Slice and Rice. who I'm a big fan of now because they interviewed them. It's like, yeah, we're sketch comedy and it's just a couple and they have fun with it. They do those things or whatever. And I found them through that. So it's like I kind of learn other YouTubers who are kind of up and coming and see what they're doing. And it's like a little more example, lead by example kind of thing. So I really like them. Like I said, as far as information goes, they're really about the third best, because really Daryl and Tim are really the best ones. They kind of really know what they're talking about, obviously. Video influencers, they do other things. They don't really promote people. They don't, actually I don't know if they do or not, but I haven't seen anything saying that they offer classes or they help other things, so that's about it with them. So yeah, that's about it, guys. There's a couple other people too that I check out, but no one as religiously as those three. If you guys know of anybody else who like kind of helps grow channels and do stuff like that, just tell me in the comments below, because I'm still growing. Obviously, I'm still doing a lot of stuff. I would really like to know even more, and the more and more I learn, the more and more like I feel like I know what I'm doing with this. The editing, the software, the hardware, the cameras, obviously, the audio, all that stuff. I have to work on that, I know, and that's more so the hardware issues that I am responsible for, which I'm looking into, which I'm working on, I swear. Other than that, like just the behind the scenes stuff is what I'm learning from them, and that's been so helpful and so beneficial. So hope this video helped you guys out. If it did, go ahead and give me a like. Leave a comment, like I said, with other people that you guys follow for tips and tricks. If you follow anybody, that kind of helped me out grow, but also just kind of give them some love. Check in the description box below for links for the 3 people I just talked about, Daryl Eeves, Tim Schmoyer, and video influencers, just so you guys can kind of check them out if you're interested in this kind of stuff. Mainly talking to you two guys, you know who you are. Yeah, that's about all I got, guys. I do video game stuff, achievements, all that kind of stuff. If you really kind of like that, if this video is helpful, and consider subscribing. That really helped me out. So yeah, till next time, guys, I've been Eezore, and keep your story going.